Hey everybody, welcome to my Thursday Q&A. Every Thursday I make these videos where I answer your questions, so drop them in the comment section below like they're hot, and I will do my best to answer as many as possible next week. I've had to cut a few out this time because I've tried to make this video like 5 times now and I keep going over the 20-minute mark, so I've just cut some of them that have been answered other times or were answered in my last vlog, such as the ones of when am I leaving and where am I going. So East Arcadia says, do you keep up with any other Van Dwelling channels? Yes, I do. Will Burson, Wizard Dream, How We Roll, Because I Van, American Renegade, I think he's called. There's another word in there, American Renegade something. Noel's channel, Minivan Vince, A. Clarino. I think there's definitely a couple others, but their names are evading me right now. I gotta move on. Cody Firmesquip says, I have one this week. Have you ever tried making money at a casino when you are on the road? Texas Hold'em is my choice of games. I love playing Texas Hold'em, but not for money. I did spend money in a casino once, and I won $40 or something like that, and I stopped because I knew that I would lose all my. They're there to make money, and they make a ton of money. Chances of me making money are pretty slim. I'd rather invest it into something else. But I don't know. Maybe when I'm a millionaire, I'll be able to play in the casinos and see if I can do pretty well. Otsmagot says, "Hey, I lived at my parents'. Get me out of here! Since October, working like crazy and saving up for an adventure. I love that. Have bought everything I need except for the van. You're probably going to find out that you missed some stuff and you need more. Going to buy one in 2 weeks once my seasonal job slows up. My question is, how long would $5,000 of travel last you? It really depends on how much traveling I do. I've stayed in one spot and like barely driven and only spent like $100 the whole month. Minus credit cards, and that was buying like all like bulk food, and I think I went to a food pantry once, and that was pretty much it. But I like to spend $400 to $500 a month. That includes gas and food and insurance and all that. So I guess at $500 it would last me 10 months, and at $400 it would last me 12.5 months. So yeah. I think that like $400 to $600 a month is totally reasonable. I think you can totally do that and travel a lot. You're not going to be eating out all the time or paying for a lot of like going to the movies or admission to a bunch of parks and stuff, but you can do it on $400 to $500 a month totally. Arkansas Mike says, have you ever come across many poisonous snakes like rattlers in your travels? Do you carry a snake bite kit with you? P.S. Great videos. Thanks, Arkansas Mike. I have seen a copperhead, and that was in the Snakes on a Plantation video, which I thought was an especially clever title for a video. That's a snake on a plane reference. For those who don't know, you should know. You should watch that movie because it's funny. And I saw a cottonmouth in Florida in my What's Lurking in the Swamp video. That was pretty cool. I do have a snake bite kit, but I will probably never use it because I have read, and I need to keep reading because I don't know if it's the absolute truth. I think I only read it in one place, so it's totally possible that it's complete BS. But I read that they don't really work. They don't really do any good, and they're mostly kind of like a gimmick thing to make you feel. It's like a psychological trick. Like you go to the doctor and he gives you some chemicals and tells you these will make you feel better, and then you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to feel better now. And then you feel better because our mind and body is connected kind of thing. I think it's like that, like placebo effect kind of thing. But I don't know for sure. That could totally be BS. That's just my understanding of it based on like almost nothing. Camper Van, or Static Camper Van says, are you planning on staying on the east end of the country? New Orleans. I thought I cut that one out. Yeah, I'm heading to Orlando, then New Orleans, then Portland, Oregon, then back to Salem. High Dollar Hobo says, how often do you poo in the van? Love the videos, thanks. I have done that like 2 or 3 times max, and those were like emergency situations where either the public bathroom I was going to was disgusting, which happens. Dudes, I don't know what it is with dudes, but they pee all over toilet seats, and they don't flush, and they poo all over. Ugh. Oh, it makes me sick thinking about it. Ugh. God, I got a thing with poop, man. Ugh. No, I'm not really going to throw up, but there's some nasty, nasty public toilets out there, man. So yeah, I've done it like 2 or 3 times. What I do is I get like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 plastic garbage bags and like put them all together so it's like 4 or 5 bags thick, and then I just hold it and squat down and take care of business, wrap that puppy up and throw it in a garbage can somewhere. Yeah, it sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. For like total emergencies, I don't have any plans on buying a $100 toilet for this, for something I'm gonna do 3 times out of a year when I can get rid of some of my extra plastic bags that you have to take from Walmart. It's weird, like, especially down in Florida, they won't let you take your groceries without taking a plastic bag, and I always forget my disposable bags for some reason, or reusable bags. Next question comes from Kaputsu. It says, hi there, my idea of off-grid is having an old pickup truck bed utility trailer with a camper on top of it that holds everything. On top, 400-watt solar panel with 4 deep cell batteries in a metal box on the tailgate of the trailer, 50-gallon water barrel or more inside. You can pack other things with you like generators, jumpers, even make a small shower and toilet. I call it the power station. Please put me in your next Q&A. What would you think of this? I'm not a kid. I'm 55, living in New Mexico. Tons of sun, lots of cheap land for all. I think it's a cool idea if you want to stay in one spot. Sounds like that's your thing if you want to buy land there. I guess you could buy land and travel like to other parts of the country during different parts of the year. Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. Hell yeah. Do it! My stamp of approval. Next question comes from Rob Julans. Says, I too have noticed that people seem to feel comfortable opening up to you in the comments. I was wondering, have you ever looked into Reiki or similar forms of healing systems? I think it would be compatible with your spiritual beliefs, and it would be a good way for you to earn money on the road as a practitioner. Safe travels, bro. Stay positive. Right on, man. Thank you. I have experienced Reiki, receiving it, and it's definitely a real, legit, crazy, creepy thing, because it totally freaks me out that it's like you can do that people can like generate energy within it. Totally crazy. People told me about it. I was like, oh, that's just a bunch of new age BS. No, I've experienced it. It's a real thing, and it works. I don't have that natural ability. It seems like some people really have like just like an affinity for it. That's like their thing, their gift or whatever. I think mine is more listening and feeling other people and being able to see what's behind their actions and behind their thoughts and like the root of things. I think that's my deal. So I'm kind of sticking to that. But Reiki is cool and crazy, man. It blows my mind. I'm not sure if it's something that everybody can do, I think is what I'm trying to say. Some things, like, I've tried to draw, I've taken drawing classes, and I've practiced and everything else. I just don't get it. Same with dancing. I just don't get dancing. And then some people can just draw these incredible things. They've never had any formal training. They're just good at it. They just do it well. And I don't know if it's something that I can really develop with the Reiki thing. I don't know, so I haven't really tried. But maybe it is. Maybe I should look into it more. Juan Blanco says, hey, buddy, love your videos. I like how you try to stay in the present moment, or how you stay in the present moment. I need your opinion on something. I do try. I don't always stay in the present moment. I don't think it's, maybe it's possible, but I don't know how healthy it is, at least at this point in my development. I am a pipe fitter. I just got through a divorce and I feel a little bit lost. I'd like to buy an Astro van and drive across America, and I'd like to bring with me a small welding machine and see if I can find some work along the way to support myself. Do you think this would be a good idea? Plus, I'm trying to stay in the present moment and quiet the little voice in my head that we call thinking. Any tips on enjoying the now? Thanks, man. I have a lot of respect for you. Thanks, dude. As far as the welding thing, I would suggest trying to find work around where you live. and getting to know how easy and practical it is, and to just like find work as a welder, like setting up Craigslist ads or whatever you need to do, setting up signs or whatever. I have no idea how easy or hard that will be for you. No idea. And I definitely suggest trying it before you take off, because I have been in the situation of running out of money more than once, and it's really stressful and it's really hard. And I definitely recommend to everybody to not do what I'm done and just like head out and try to figure it out on the way. Figure it out beforehand. You'll be much better off for it. Not that I regret what I've done, but I don't recommend it. As far as staying in the present moment, it sounds like you're making it more difficult than it is. All it is a shift of focus, just right now, from your thinking to your senses, whether it's feeling the inside of your body or focusing on your breath, or feeling what you're feeling with your hand and just really focusing on that sensation, or focusing on what you see in front of you or what you hear if it's music. And it's always just right now. And the more you stay with it right now, the longer you'll stay with it. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. And another thing I'd like to say is make sure that you don't do this because you're running from the pain and confusion and everything else that comes with divorce. Unless you're Borat or something, like there's got to be some pretty heavy feelings and unanswered questions and probably resentments and everything else. Make sure you allow yourself to fully feel that, and you're using this van adventure as a chance to run towards yourself rather than away from your feelings and beliefs and everything else. Tag Egg says, in your opinion, is there any bad recommendations you commonly see given to people who are fresh considering future van life? You know what? I've thought about this quite a bit, and I can't say that there is. Everybody's kind of got their own opinion because we all have different experiences with this thing. We're all kind of doing it a little bit differently. But I haven't really seen any, the people who are really insincere and just like totally full of crap, it's obvious. You can tell, so just don't listen to them. No, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to do that, but yeah. Inid Ofti says, with your positive attitude, anything's possible. Woo! But while living in a van seems to be within most people's price range, boat living isn't. What plans do you have to make that transition? I'm working on passive income and many different sources. That's basically it. There's a lot of things that I know I don't know, and there's even more things that I don't know yet about the sailboat thing and the costs that come with it and everything else. I know that doing your own work saves a ton of money, as well as buying a boat that's already like really well taken care of and requires minimum work. But I know that you're constantly working on sailboats. Next question is from Michael Mather. It says, how is the van reliability? How often do you spend repairs annually? Since I've been on the road the last 10 and a half months, all I've done is some sensors and belt and pulley. This thing's got like 240,000 miles on it. These Astro vans are built like tanks, dude. It's totally reliable. It runs great. In fact, it runs way better than when I got it, which is nuts. But yeah, so probably I've spent like $120 on all that stuff, and then plus oil changes. I had the coolant flushed and tires rotated, and it was like $100 for the coolant flush, and I think like $30 for the tire rotation or something like that. So probably about $250 somewhere in there. Kind of bad mathing it. I Am Second says, do you ever wish sometimes that you got a van that was maybe a little bit bigger, not quite a conversion van? Yeah, many times. Other times I'm totally fine with it. I more live out of this van than in it. It's actually, it becomes the time when it's a most hassle is actually when I'm trying to film inside the van. Otherwise, it's totally comfortable. K-Jewel says, what's been your favorite city so far and why? What has been your favorite job on the road? Favorite job, definitely, by far, the haunted house. I love Salem, Massachusetts. I love Charleston, South Carolina. I love Savannah, Georgia. I love Portland, Oregon. I love... what's that town in Wyoming? The old town. What is the name of that? I don't know. There's a town in Wyoming that I love. And Yeah, those have been my favorites. I don't have one favorite, but those have been my favorites. And the next one is from Boham. Says, what's your opinion on psychedelics, cannabis? I have two-part answer to this. First one is, it's none of my business what other people do with their consciousness. Neither is it the government's. Second answer is, they can be great tools to explore your consciousness and explore who you are, or they can be harmful things that that people use to try to escape, and it drives them further into the madness that they're creating by escaping. Sunraider says, would you ever be down to get together with other van dwellers, rent some property out in the Pacific Northwest, and grow legal cannabis? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, as long as they're like people I want to be business partners with, I would definitely do it myself. That's actually a really good idea. But if they were cool people that I got along with, that weren't shady, and that were good business people, and better at botany than me, because I'm not that good at growing plants yet, absolutely, hell yeah. So thanks you guys so much for watching. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this, or if you just feel like being nice. It does help me out quite a bit. And drop me a question for next week, and I will do my best to answer everybody's questions. So love yourself. Woo!